Hello students, so today we are going to start with the topic of soil conservations, measures, how we can conserve soil, that is removal of the top layer of the soil. So first is contour plugging. The plugging along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water along the slopes. Terrace farming, steps can be cut out on the slopes making terrace, and terrace cultivation restricts soil erosion. Strip cropping. Large fields are divided into strips and strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. This breaks up the force of the wind. This method is called strip cropping. Second is, the fourth is the shelter belt. So planting lines of trees to create shelter. So if we look at the following topics, the soil conservation measures, the first was contour plugging. The contour plugging is plugging along the contour lines. It decelerate the flow of the water down the slopes. And the terrace farming is basically steps are cut out on the slopes making terrace, and terrace cultivation restricts soil erosion. Strip cropping, large fields are divided into strips. Large fields are divided into basically strips, and strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. And this breaks up the force of the wind, and this is known as strip cropping. And the fourth is shelter belt. It is basically planting of the trees to create shelter so that the wind effect of the wind is slowed down. So this was all about the chapter resources. So in this chapter we have discussed what are resources, what are various types of resources, why should we conserve resources, and what are the ways in which resources can be conserved. And also we discussed about types of the soil, the basically red soil, the laterite soil, then the arid soil, and then the black soil. So differences between those soils and how we can prevent soil erosion. Okay, so we'll start a new chapter in the next class.